and I only cried a little bit. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Toast Hammer. It is hashtag New Year, New Army, and I am going to paint my Custodes today, or die trying, because it's the middle of April and I have nothing to show for my new army yet. So let's get right into figuring out a paint scheme for these guys, beginning with just a whole lot of testing. I first started out this project by pulling out some Space Marine heads that I had printed out at an oversized capacity for another project. More on that later. To prime up and kind of set my undertones with as sort of a low stakes test in order to see which technique I wanted to use best. My plan was to use metallic yellow, not specifically gold, but metallic yellow, with a little bit of raw umber ink to slightly tint it as the base coat for my Custodes. So I tried a couple of different combinations of that and different concentrations of tint, from 0 to just a little bit to about half and half, which ended up just looking gold. So I ended up with one that I thought would work well, and then I got to work on my model. During this process, I also tested what sort of under priming or zenithal I should be doing for this, whether it's just pure white or whether it is the purple and peach that I've been doing a little bit of, or just white and black. What I did notice was that the purple under base tone desaturated the yellow a lot. It makes sense. They're complementary colors on the color wheel. I just didn't expect it to have that much of a pronounced effect. But I already primed my Custode before that, so I decided to just push through it and see how it looked on the model. Getting the undertone done, I quickly painted up the trim in gold, and immediately I had kind of my first issue. There just wasn't enough contrast between the yellow and the gold. They kind of just looked like two slightly different golds, and that wasn't really the effect that I was looking for. I went through and painted the rest of the model up anyway, and tried to push back those desaturated parts by just adding more of that metallic yellow paint on top of the upward facing areas to bring back that brightness and a little bit more of that saturation. But in the end, although I had a finished, fully painted model, I wasn't super happy with it. So then I stopped for a while. I took a little bit of break from this project, a couple of days off to gather my thoughts, and that's when I remembered I had some pretty nifty color shifting paints. So back to the test board, I reprimed my Space Marine heads, just white this time, to see which color shifting paint I wanted to use. I took out all of the ones that had gold in the name and just gave them a slather. Technically, these are better applied through an airbrush, but just as a test case, I figured it would be fine. Some of them were super saturated with color, the pink and purple specifically. But the other one, the bright gold and brown shifting paint, looked quite nice on red. And then I read the instructions, which said that you're supposed to use these paints on black primer. Luckily, I had a black primed model that I wasn't planning on painting anytime soon. This little, token guy from the Gene Stealer Cult's Patriarch. He's not even a model that you use in the tabletop, I think, anymore. So I decided to use them as a test for this color shifting paint, and the bright gold and brown color shifting paint turned out to have a super cool, almost green gold effect, and I thought that looked super rad, so I wanted to try to use it on my Custodes. But I already had my one painted, and I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, so I had to quickly make another test model. Take 2. Let's give it a go. This time I just primed it in black, which saved it a little bit of time. And then I hit it with the paint color shifting paint through an airbrush, getting a nice even coat, and it was looking pretty sick. The rest of the painting process was pretty much the same, so I'm not going to bother going through how I painted the trim gold. You already saw me do that. It should be noted that this model does have a banner and a shield that are not completed yet, because I'm planning to swap the standard ones out for something a little bit more custom. I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but I have a couple of vague ideas floating in my head. Because as I've mentioned before, these are the City of Dust or King in Yellow Custodes. They aren't using Aquillas because the City of Dust doesn't use Aquillas. They use other symbols instead. So I didn't want to have those shield and banner symbols with that symbol. Also, I just don't really like the normal Custodes shield. It just kind of looks, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But I finally had a paint scheme that overall I was pretty satisfied with. I ended up going with a rectangular quad color scheme with the dark green, the gold, blue, and the hair magenta on the gems, and a little bit more of that gold on the base. Speaking of, before we get to a reveal, let's talk basing, because I had to test that out too. In the book Penitent, the City of Dust is described as having amber tiles placed so perfectly close together that you can't even see the seams in between them. To me, amber screams UV resin, and I wanted to try to recreate sort of an amber-like effect for the base. So I started by getting some UV resin on the base that I had painted orange just to make sure we're in the kind of right color space for amber before we apply our resin. Put the resin out, try to mix in some raw umber, and it was way too dark immediately. Color is something that's pretty easy to put into a into resin, but extremely difficult, if not impossible, to take out. So that experiment pretty much failed immediately. I did a little bit of digging online, watched some tutorials, figured out that I'm using the wrong type of pigment to dye this resin. They have specific dyes for resin, so I ordered some of those, and again, take two. This time I was a little bit smarter about it. I mixed the tint of resin in a separate kind of pouring cup before applying it to the base to make sure I could get a nice, even, consistent coverage with the dye before I'm kind of messing with it on the base. After that, it was a simple measure of putting it out on the base and curing it. I used, I think, a couple of drops of the orange dye and some yellow to try and approximate the amber tone. And overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The orange underpainting is kind of showing through a little bit more than I originally expected, so I might try with like a yellow underpainting in the future. So a little bit of tweaking might be necessary, but overall, I mean, it looks kind of like amber to me. But without further ado, let me present you with my almost complete first model of the shield host of the King in Yellow. I very much hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please consider giving it a like. It always helps the channel out. And I tried a couple of new things with the camera angles this time around when I was hobbying to try and get things kind of further away from my hands to make things just overall easier for me to work with. So was it good for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more of this new army progress, please consider subscribing so you don't miss a single video. And if you want to join the community even further, we do have a Discord, link in the description below, where you can share your own hobby progress and talk about various things, post memes, all the normal kind of good old Discord stuff. And until next time, peace.